The Tenta Brella is a heavyweight Brella class weapon that recently got all of its damage numbers increased by quite a bit in the recent update. Which is why I'm gonna do this guide completely over. What has not changed is the paint and the ink consumption. This is the paint here. Worth noting for flopper zones, you're not usually gonna get it in shots. Unless you can hit like exactly with the end where, you know, with the end of the shots what's spreading out here that you're seeing. As these lines in front of them, two of them are not enough to put down generally. You don't need the three, so it's rather slow. But yeah, so much about that, and then the wall paint. Like with all other Brellas, where you get the best wall paint is if you do it like sideways. I'll do it again just so the comparison is clearer, so that this is a shot head and this is a shot from the side. Be much better paint there, really useful for the back wall on spawning grounds mostly. Not too useful on like the lift wall of Maruna's Bay, like theoretically do this, but that's not really be working, so yeah, that is how you paint with the Brella for the most part, and, yeah, and jumping does not change your accuracy, it also helps your mobility a little since do not have much mobility here with startup lag, and the weapon just being heavy, swimming slower because of it. In general, you need to be planning all of your moves a lot with this weapon. That hasn't changed, but of course, whatever you can do a lot faster now due to the increased damage. So let's get to the damage numbers. Shot, if it hits the max amount of pellets that can count for damage, 360 damage. The shield, both bumped and launched, deals 150. Which of course means you have a really nice combo on a Quahog here, which would be shoot once and then hit it with a shield in some way. That would also work on 500 HP bosses, even as you've seen 510 damage. Except it might be hard to pull off against them, but okay, the only one that's actually easy to pull off are like goldies or that's which make it really easy for you, but grappas are usually not that close, because they're usually standing still when you're hitting them. You usually just do 2 shots against them. Also hard stans the shield as well, and the combo would actually not do it, so yeah, it doesn't work for the shield, only for the tail. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I mean it's fair still. You're getting the stun with 2 shots now anyway, which is a whole lot better than the 3 shots that it used to be. It hurts you are just one-shotting as long as you're close enough. Yeah, like getting far away then. Far as apparently it's 2-shotting now. Ah, now it's not anymore. But you get too far away and then it can get very inconsistent, as you're seeing here. As long as you are like somewhat close, it doesn't have to be really close, like roughly at splatter shot range even, then you are just gonna get the 1 shot. Because of course, be nice and fast. Compared to the always 2 shots that you would have needed. See? That can also be failed easily due to this weapon just being a little bit slow. And then Drizzlers, of course, they are just 3 shots, plain and simple. And there is no combo here because you see 720 plus 150, it's not 900 quite yet. Yeah, just do the 3 shots. Big shot, same thing, just 4 shots and you're done. Anything? Oh yeah, right, statics. Thing is, nothing has changed there. You can shoot it like from roughly max range, but then it is possible to 2-shot a stinger with a spread off of the pellets. That's quite tricky actually. You need to be hitting at the right middling spots so that you hitting like 4 pots with one of them and 3 pots with the other. It can be failed. That would commonly happen that 1 pot is left. Be aware of that, be mindful of that. The closer you get to the stinger, the less pots you will actually be hitting. Wanna be far away, really. And then fish sticks, you can hit like 2 of the fly fries from the ground if you time your shots right. But the way you would ideally wanna kill them is actually climb the thing. Really climbing the pillar is a little bit annoying. Like what you would usually do is paint it with 2 shots and then search for the rest. It's a little bit slow, would be appreciated if your teammate can help there. Is what is if it doesn't happen. And then once you're up there, shoot once into the circle and then you hold the canopy open while standing like at the right front edge of fish stick. Right here. Then you hold that open and right into them. Actually, not necessarily at the right front, but the right... No, you don't wanna angle that shield too far down. Really. But yeah, when you do that, the rest should just be flying into the shield before it gets launched, or right as it gets launched. That day, something like that. So that is how that works. That technically makes this actually the best non-Grisco Brella for fish sticks. Turns out because Brellas are really bad for fish sticks in general. Still, this is not amazing, and I think that's just how you do it if you have to. Hopefully other players will do it anyway. And then more for the general playstyle. Of course, it's really nice to launch a shield into the lessers as much as you can. But a word on the ink consumption here. Shield launch and bomb, they do not like each other. Let's say you wanna clip in front of a flyfish, what you then need to do is actually wait a little. For a lot of ink recovery delays, so before you can throw the bomb. So like you need to like either throw the bombs right with lessers pecking at you, or you need to plan in enough time if you wanna do that. Shield launch and bomb, they are a bit mutually exclusive. The math behind that is really simple to explain. Every shot is 5% of your ink tank, every bomb is 70% of your ink tank. The shield launch specifically is 30% of the ink tank. That is holding the shield open until it launches. As I'm holding the shield open, I'm losing ink like gradually. By the time it gets launched, I have used 35% total. That is the shot and the shield. Yeah, that together with the bomb would be 105%. Not gonna work. Let's change that. Turns out. A bit unfortunate, but I mean, I cannot complain still. This is one of the highest single target DPS weapons as it turns out now. Like it's somewhere over 400, somewhere between 400 and 450 I believe. If you fire the shots as fast as you can fire them, I mean there's no fail there. Alright, let's talk about night waves. There's definitely about night waves here. This is one of the best weapons for rush, because what you can do is you just easily launch the shield into the rush. You even have that nice combo on the Goldie now. You hit the Goldie with a shield once, then shoot it, and basically for a few seconds you can solo the whole rush with this. However, you cannot solo the entire wave. Is to be noted here. The shield will not come back soon enough that you can just spam them and be completely invincible. This is how long it goes. Now I got the audio cue that I got it back. The shield will generally not catch absolutely everything, unless you get like a really good angle or something. Some part of the rush will get past the shield and they will reach you before... Excuse me. They will reach you before you are able to get the new one. And also there's some delay before you can actually like hold it in front of you after the shot. It's like not a free win or anything, the team still has to play this wave together with you. If they do, then this is a really nice tool to get overfishing world records with. Because if you wanna get many eggs as you can on Rush, then you need to spawn as many goldies as you can. The way you do that is by killing chumps early. And also having enough free hands for the team to collect eggs. You know, this thing will periodically like, give a little bit of a breather for the whole team. At hazards that have cycles of 10 seconds or less, you can typically launch exactly one shield per spawn cycle. To keep up with where they are, launch one shield, then kill a bit and wait till aggro changes, if not near spawn, launch a shield in that direction, rinse and repeat. Of course, once you're at hazard level max, then these cycles are actually like really fast, so if you're like not executing this perfectly, you might actually miss one of the cycles. If you are really fast and aware, then you should be able to get them all. Right, talk about gorillas. Put this thing in front of small fries, but try to not launch it so you actually get to keep it and don't get into their recharge timer. This also means you should not be holding the shield like right into the gorilla, because that will usually destroy it. Stay a bit away from the gorilla, but closer than your teammates, so small fries are coming to you and then just in front of them. And if they happen to get behind you, then you can also like spin it around a bit. It's gonna be slow, but it can help also for general fights with assassin waves or waves really. It's a bit similar to the roller spinning, except a whole lot slower, but same effect and same idea. And mud mouse. If there are no better weapons for lessers, then you deal with the lessers here. You can even deal with the coax, sort of. What usually happen with a shield is if you launch a shield into coaxes, it will like bounce twice. Once now here. Like, it will bounce once or twice. Right again. Here. It will bounce twice before it like gets past them. Then it's essentially a chump for everyone else, fun fact. If the coax happen to be spread out enough, the angle that you placed yourself, then you will bounce them multiple. Ideally, there would still be a better weapon for lessers, and then you're just doing the dirty work, which is throwing bombs into eggs and stuff. Then on Cohort Charge, ideally you would wanna take the cannon because you're a heavyweight weapon. However, since you're actually really powerful now, there may be a case actually having this outside of a cannon on some of them. Just due to its power level. Especially if there's like a comp that really struggles with single target DPS. Because this thing does have single target DPS. Only very few weapons can match. Yeah, it would of course come at the cost of mobility, and ideally the wave is just always controlled nicely and everyone can just run X. There are some situational enemies and enemy patterns that are hard to deal with for the cannon. They basket especially. Heals most notably. Alright. I are right now seeking. There's another thing about seeking. The trick that you can do on seeking, it doesn't amount to a whole lot. Actually, it might be outdated tech now because we have this now. What you can do, like, the Goldie is just sitting on top of the Gasha, is like you can stand right on the Gasha and I've placed, because the code just interrupted me here. And let's say the Gasha is right here where I'm standing in front of it. Right as the Goldie drops. Like the Goldie drops could drop like right into the shield and then it launches and Goldie multiple times. It's a tech that was used a lot in the old game. I didn't always get it right for sure. When you do, you can get some additional DPS there. Yeah, other than that, just hit the Gordy with your direct shots. Try to not body block each other with the team. That'd be fine. Then between cycles, you can just launch the shield at lasers to clean them up nicely. Get their numbers. And Tornado as well, if there's like no absolutely insane laser clear weapon, then as well help out with a shield. Then again, if there is, then don't bother and just get X moving. If there's something like a sploosh, then your shield doesn't really do much. The sploosh is just gonna be faster, for example. Yeah, that will be that. That is the new Tenta Brella. Definitely not the best weapon ever now, because, you know, it has its just due to immobility and slowness and stuff. But I'm really happy with how powerful it is now, because anything that is so slow should be really powerful. We have always gotten it kinda right with the Dynamo, because it always has pretty insane damage. And now we have it here too. Maybe even the Explosion can follow at some point. As you know, what it now does is trivialize Mud Moth and Life and Stingers, but that's about it. It's very outclassed against everything else. But yeah, enough with that off-topic rambling. I'll see you in another guide or video.